Mercedes-Benz, a name once synonymous with luxury, innovation, and performance, is now facing an absolute crisis. Their electric vehicle strategy, hyped as the future of the brand, is starting to look more like a liability than a luxury. So, what went wrong? In this video, we're diving into some reasons why Mercedes' EV game plan is failing and what it means for the future of this iconic automaker. Mercedes introduced its EQ lineup with big promises, a fully electric, ultra-luxurious experience that would redefine the premium EV space. They were supposed to go after Tesla in trying to future-proof the brand. The EQS, EQE, and the electric SUVs were supposed to usher in a new era, but instead, these cars have been sitting in the lots for years. A few years later, the market response isn't quite what they hoped for. Let's be honest, the EQ models aren't flying off the lots. In fact, dealerships are struggling to move them. Despite flashy launch events and expensive marketing, buyers aren't showing up. These cars are sitting, collecting dust, while cheaper, better reviewed EVs from Tesla, Hyundai, and even Ford got all the attention. You're paying over $100,000 for an EQS, and that's before add-ons. At that price point, buyers expect not just luxury, but innovation, efficiency, and convenience. And while the EQS delivers on interior quality, many feel the value is just not there. Tesla offers better performance and range at a lower price, and that's hard to ignore in today's economy. Mercedes went all in on tech, but maybe they went too far. The Hyperscreen looks cool, but most users say it is extremely frustrating to use. Simple tasks like adjusting climate or changing radio stations require navigating layers of menus. It's more of a gimmick than a game changer, and not what you would expect from a six-figure luxury vehicle. The EQS claims a 350-mile range, but real-world results often fall short, especially in the wintertime. Meanwhile, Tesla and Lucid are pushing 400 to 500 miles on a charge. When you're paying top dollar, you don't want to worry about finding a charger every 200 miles. Range anxiety still exists, and Mercedes has not solved it. And speaking of chargers, Mercedes often doesn't have its own network. That means EQ owners are left with third-party chargers, which are often unreliable, overcrowded, and simply out of order. Compare that to Tesla's supercharger network, seamless, fast, and everywhere. The difference alone has pushed many buyers away from Mercedes EVs. Here's the deeper issue. Mercedes is in the middle of an identity crisis. For decades, the brand was built around the growl of AMG engines, the elegance of S-Class sedans, and the thrill of driving. The EQ lineup just feels disconnected from that legacy. Sure, it's luxurious, but it lacks soul. Longtime Mercedes fans just aren't connecting with these cars. Despite all the EV buzz, Mercedes is still making its real money from gasoline-powered cars. The GLC, GLE, and C-Class are carrying the brand. EVs are draining resources but not bringing in profits. That's not a sustainable formula, especially when EVs were supposed to be the future of the company. Production delays, supply chain chaos, and battery shortages have hit everyone, but Mercedes seems particularly vulnerable. Wait times are long, communication is poor, and customers are frustrated. That is a bad look for a luxury brand. When you spend six figures on a car, you expect things to run smoothly. It's not just Tesla anymore. Chinese brands like BYD, NIO, and XPeng are making waves. offering high-tech, affordable EVs that are eating into Mercedes' market share, especially in China. Mercedes once dominated that space. Now they're struggling to stay relevant. The competition is fast, aggressive, and increasingly global. Want to talk about liabilities? Look at the resale values. EQS models are losing 40 to 50% of their value in the first year. That is devastating, especially for people expecting Mercedes level prestige. When your luxury car depreciates faster than a base model Kia, that is a serious brand problem. Mercedes recently admitted it may push back its EV goals and keep internal combustion in the mix longer than planned. That's a huge pivot, and it signals that things aren't going according to plan. The company is scrambling to rework its roadmap because what they're doing now just isn't working. So, is Mercedes' EV lineup a luxury or a liability? Right now, it's looking like the latter. High prices, low sales, complicated tech, and a shaky strategy have left the brand vulnerable. But it's not too late. Mercedes has the heritage, the resources, and the talent to course correct if they listen to their customers and innovate smarter. Let's talk design. The EQ lineup looks boring. Mercedes played it too safe. These cars lack bold styling that make a luxury car stand out. They look like bloated versions of the gas models, with few defining characteristics. When you're spending over $100,000, you expect something that turns heads. The EQS, it turns heads, mostly because people are wondering what it is. Meanwhile, companies like Lucid and Porsche are setting new design standards for luxury EVs. Another misstep is performance. Mercedes is known for its AMG bloodline, fast, aggressive, powerful, but many EQ models feel soft. Even the EQS AMG version doesn't deliver the thrill you'd expect from an AMG badge. It's heavy, it's muted, and it doesn't offer the instant torque experience that you get from a Tesla Plaid or even a Kia EV6 GT. That's not just a missed opportunity, it's an insult to the AMG legacy. Mercedes EVs aren't just expensive to buy, they're also expensive to lease or finance. Monthly payments are through the roof, and residual values are so bad that the lease deals are almost laughable. People are walking into the dealerships seeing a $1,500 a month lease payment and walking right back out. Compare that to a $799 Tesla lease with better range, better software, and a strong brand momentum in the EV space. That is a serious program. Let me know what you think. Can they turn it around?